Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Tuesday night introduction to LifeWave, our technology, the star of our show, X39. And we always have a special guest tonight. Tonight we have Dr. Walter Young. So how we do this, and I'm your host, Robin Blank Mascari, and we'll start out with a short presentation, a little history of the company and the technology, and a little bit of information about our founder. And then we open things up for our special guest, and then it's your turn. So if you have questions or stories to share, you can put the questions in the Q&A, and then I'll find them really easy. If you have things to share in the chat, you're welcome to use that too. And remember that only symptoms, please. Okay, let's get started. So what I love to do is turn things over to my partner to do a wonderful short presentation about this very special company. So over to you, honey.
All right, thank you, Robin, and good evening, everyone. And very excited to share with you information about LifeWave, our breakthrough products, and our genius scientist founder. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So please hold on. And here we go. So we're going to talk about LifeWave and our breakthrough X39 product that actually activates your stem cells. Before we get started, I just want to share with you kind of a wake up I had a few years ago. I finally figured out what I want to be when I get older. Younger. And I think many of you can probably relate to that. And before we get started, I want to ask you a personal question. If anything were possible, if you could wave a magic wand, what is one thing you choose to experience differently or better in your health? What would it be? And what difference would that make for you? Well, that being said, I just want to make a note that our products are not designed to or are intended to heal, treat, or diagnose any disease. They do, however, help our bodies to get back into a more healthy, regenerative mode, and many times wonderful things begin to happen. So let's talk about the stem cell revolution, because we believe everyone wants to look, feel, perform, and live younger, and we've found that stem cells are the key because they're a vital part of our immune system that repairs and regenerates damaged cells in every organ, gland, bone, muscle, everywhere throughout our body. Here's the problem. The older we get, the less stem cells we have. And by age 60, only a small percentage remains. And the fewer stem cells we have, the faster we age and the slower we heal. So what about stem cell injections? They become pretty popular, but you know what? They're pretty pricey too. They're very expensive. They can be painful, risky, controversial. And you know what? No guaranteed results. You could spend thousands or tens of thousands of dollars and you may or may not be satisfied. Well, we are really excited to share with you some good news that you can look, feel, perform, and live younger with a historic breakthrough in stem cell activation. It's a new wearable technology in patch form. It's affordable, safe, non-invasive, drug-free. It's a patented form of phototherapy that uses specific frequencies of light to improve stem cell activity. And this is the brainchild of our visionary founder and CEO, David Schmidt. And David is not only a brilliant scientist and researcher, he's a genius inventor with over 100 patents and patent pendings, and he's been on the leading edge of phototherapy research and science for over 20 years. David's already conducted over 90 clinical studies proving the efficacy of our LifeWave phototherapy products, and many more are in the works. So LifeWave itself is a 17-year-old advanced technology company. It was founded back in 2004 based on an energy-enhancing technology that David developed under a U.S. government contract for Navy SEALs to increase their strength, stamina, performance without the use of drugs, stimulants, or caffeine. It turned out to be so effective, it's now used by world-class athletes all around the world in almost every sport. We now have corporate headquarters, laboratory, and manufacturing in California, Utah, and Ireland, and global distribution to over 75 countries with 14 global distribution centers. So the word is getting out, and LifeWave patches are now being used by pro and amateur athletes all around the world in almost every sport. The media has begun to notice, and you might too, if you look a little more carefully, and see these little auspicious white patches on some of the top athletes in multiple sports all around the world. So let's talk about how this amazing technology actually works. It's based on a type of light therapy called photo-biomodulation. And LifeWave patches contain very specific combinations of organic materials and nanocrystals. And when applied or near the body, they're activated by our body heat, and then they begin to emit very specific wavelengths of light, which stimulate targeted and beneficial biochemical responses in our body. This is known as photo-biomodulation, and it is the basis for LifeWave phototherapy patches. Now, it's been a well-recognized and proven scientific principle that specific frequencies of light can cause very specific changes within our body. For example, when we go out in the sun, a specific frequency of light triggers our body to manufacture vitamin D. We don't get a vitamin D download from the sun. We get a download of a frequency of light, and our body makes the vitamin D. And likewise, another frequency of light causes our body to make melanin, the chemical that gives us a suntan. Well, LifeWave's patented technology is based on the same rock-solid, proven scientific principle. Our focus for the last 12 years has been in the field of anti-aging, and more than that, actually into regenerative science. And in January of 2019, 3 years ago, we released to the global market the LifeWave X39 stem cell activation patch. This truly is a historic and affordable breakthrough in stem cell activation. Some are actually calling it the holy grail of anti-aging and restorative science. And we're actually doing what the multi-billion-dollar companies and big pharma have not been able to do. X39 activates a very specific copper peptide that activates our own stem cells, while also altering gene expression towards a younger and more vibrant you. So X39 truly is a game changer. It's a true breakthrough, and our inventor, founder, and CEO, David Schmidt, says it's my greatest achievement yet. And yes, we have patents. Yes, we have clinical studies. Yes, we have field results proving that X39 is actually turning back our biological clock, helping people to look, feel, perform, and live younger. And for us baby boomers, this is very exciting news. So that's what I had to share tonight, Robin, and I'm going to turn it back over to you to introduce our very special guest doctor.
Well, thank you, Gergie. That was wonderful. Yes, we have a special treat tonight, and I just want to let everyone know we have wonderful practitioners that join us every Tuesday, and we have this wonderful rotation. And tonight is the last night for a little while of Dr. Walt. He's going to go on sabbatical for a little bit, but he is here with us tonight, and I'm glad there's a lot of people on. That's wonderful. So let me tell you a little bit about this very special man. He started out in nursing, and then took a turn in his direction. He worked in emergency medicine, ICU, radiology, and then in 1990, he made a big decision and he went to China, and his whole life changed. He got introduced to Chinese medicine and fell in love with it. And so now he incorporates the best of both worlds of Chinese medicine, Western medicine, and is able to really work with people in a very, very integrated way. And being an acupuncture physician, which I love that term. There's not many of those apparently in this country. He really understands the LifeWave technology because it does operate on our body's electrical system. Dr. Walt has been a favorite on these calls, and you're going to be missed. And we hope to have you come back because everybody loves you, but you do private consults, and I know people are having wonderful experiences with you. So let me welcome Dr. Walt.
Hey, Robin.
There you are. You're a little dark.
I am dark. Let me get this
we want
the road here. Jeez.
We want to see you.
I'm not the best at all this stuff, as you well know.
You do.
Walt,
a little better.
Shut the light off behind you.
Oh, behind me? Okay.
Yeah.
That might help.
Got a little better? Oh, yeah. Look.
Magic. Magic. There he is.
I wanted to just tell you and all of our viewers and the people that know me.
I love you.
Oh, that's sweet. I love them too. I'll be back. It's just that what's happened now is just like with LifeWave, we go through our evolution, and we've evolved with LifeWave. We have now X39 and stuff. Well, in my practice, we're evolving, and I've known things for a long time that will affect also X39 and all of them. I've now myself and Dr. Dave Warren, who's an MD, who now does pure integrated medicine. He's a clinical herbalist. We're now able to scan people with this type of scan that is a cousin of the MRI machine. And so I can tell amino acids, I can tell if your glutathione is up or down or really low, your copper. And that's really helped me a whole lot in getting people to where anything will work, especially the bioelectric photo-modulation of our patches. So it's another jump. And we're also starting to write a book. So my time is really going towards that, because as you guys know, this month, I'll be 70. So you don't know how much longer you have. So you've got to start thinking about that too. So that's why I'm going to take a little sabbatical.
Well, we're so glad to have you tonight. And
Yeah.
anytime we get to have you, we love, and you've got quite a fan club. So let's start out, because there's some people that are new. We have guests on the line and they don't know you. And with your background and the one thing I didn't share that I really love that you say is that practitioners have an obligation to be open to share researched technologies that take our patients to a paradigm shift in their healthcare. So that leads me into, why did you found LifeWave before most all of us, but what is it about LifeWave that got you really interested in really exploring it further, Dr. Walt?
Well, I used it way back in 2005 on my patients, but it wasn't until, 3 years ago, a medical doctor friend of mine asked me if I had heard about LifeWave, and I said yes. And she said, well, why didn't you tell me about it? And I said, I didn't know you wanted to know about it, because a lot of people, and this is something when you become a pioneer, especially in this kind of energy medicine. I mean, remember, I went to the roots of traditional Chinese medicine. I went all the way to China. And this energy medicine has been around for millennia. So when she told me, well, they have this patch now that handles our innate stem cells, I was like, oh, what? I got to get it, because it made sense to me. It's all energetic. I understood Photo-Biomodulation. And the other thing I look for, and I knew that our CEO was a big researcher. He wants to have proof. I want to have proof with anything I'm touting for my patients, and we're evolving in natural medicine. Not that we know everything, but we're starting to put things together. And I will tell you, even the government is doing research on natural stuff, because this pandemic has forced us to realize that you cannot just do one medicine. And, even with the patches, if we had the ability to put patches on people that were in the hospital, they would see a difference. Yeah, they would see a difference. So it is our responsibility as any kind of physician to find the latest, instead of just saying, well, I do this and that's all. No, you got to keep looking. We're scientists. And like I tell all the people that that come to me, we are almost like a detective. We got to figure it out. And it's not that easy. When I was in China, the doctors said, Western medicine is very hard to learn, but easy to practice, because you're going to shove a pill in them or cut something out. Whereas Chinese medicine is easy to practice, but very hard to do. Easy to learn, but hard to practice, because we individualize our energy medicine. Why is their energy low or too high? So we can shift that with our patches. We can address those issues. And now we're getting into another level of finding out why the energy is so low also.
I love it. And I need to come visit you for one of those scans. Well, we're going to talk about that. So you mentioned it was the stem cells that got you so excited. So why are stem cells so exciting, and why are they the future of medicine? And why are people wanting to know more about them and willing to pay lots and lots of money for them?
Right. Well, the lots of money is because that's the only way we could procure them from our bodies, and then inject them back in. But if we can, at anytime when we can get our own body to manufacture them, and we have a whereabouts of doing that, that's what you want to do. It's just like if I want my pituitary gland to work better, instead of making it work better by giving it a drug, I'm going to feed it the necessary, amino acids that are going to make it work better. And even that can kind of, like what we call the new thing of reverse the aging process. It's the same with these patches. We are really evolving pretty quick. And I like that David is that kind of a scientist. He wants us to feel much better than we are now. And those are the people you want to surround yourself with.
I love it. So for people that hear the word stem cell but don't know what it is,
right?
Why is it so important?
So we have these cells in our body that they can turn into whatever you need. Let's say, you have an injury, it can turn into muscle cells, it can turn into brain cells. It doesn't matter. And I like the word stem cell because that's what we know it as, but I like to call them mother cells, because this mother cell can become anything. She can just branch out and become a bone cell, a brain cell, a heart cell, a liver cell. And that's very important for our healing. And once these stem cells have addressed what needs to be healed in the body, they're going to start to help the body return to a vital state. And we call it reversing the aging process, which in essence is what it's doing. So the stem cells are vital, and they have been experimenting with stem cells way back, and seeing the miraculous benefits of it. Be happy that you're born in this era. I know we're going through a lot of challenging things, but out of the darkness is always the light, and the light is around you, and you have it. So surround yourself with these people. Stem cells are where it's at.
Love it. Stem cells are where it's at. So we have this technology with photobiomodulation in this product that looks like a Band-Aid the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
That does amazing things. So who is this for and who isn't it for?
This little guy is for anybody. Okay, there it is. That's the size, and we at LifeWave, all the people wear theirs, daily, sometimes nightly. It's for everybody. I mean, by the age, I'm just going to say 30, because some people are healthier than others. Your stem cells start to decline, and you want those to be healthy. You want them there. So anybody can use this. The only person that I wouldn't use it is somebody that is getting an organ transplant, like a liver transplant or a heart transplant, lung transplant, any kind of a transplant. We don't want their immune system to override and reject anything. Now, I personally, because we don't have any research in this arena, I personally am okay with a pregnant woman. Okay. And probably after the first trimester, because things can happen with pregnancy.
Yeah, I heard that if a pregnant woman's in an accident, the baby itself actually gives her stem cells.
Mm-hmm. Through the cord.
And
well, because when you think about the baby is actually, and some people get upset with this, but the baby actually is taking its essence off of the mother. So it wants the mother, which is the vital part that this baby is getting all of its juice from. That baby wants it to survive. So it's going to shoot stem cells to we got to help it. Now, unfortunately, sometimes the injury is too advanced. So they have to take the child, to save the child. But yeah.
Okay. So when people start using this product, what can they expect? How long is it going to take? And are there any, challenging side effects?
So let me just start with what they're going to see right away or not right away. Every single person is different. And we all know that some people want their back pain to go away right away. They start patching and it doesn't work as fast as it does with Susan over here or Joe over here. And that's because the stem cells will always go to what's going to be more life-saving. just like the baby would shoot out stem cells to make sure that the mother's going to stop bleeding. So that can happen. Sometimes it can happen right away. Other times, you know, it may be a couple of weeks. It just really depends on the person's vitality. And like I said before, now we're able to hone in, and I can now see if somebody has a low level of copper. Hey, I might tell them, you know, I want you to start taking 2.5 milligrams of copper a day. Let's scan you again. Let's see what happens. So everybody is different. I think with the research that we have, it's undoubtedly you need to just start patching. Especially I start all my patients with X39. I have some patients that come in that you guys know that come in with a knee pain or a back pain. I don't even put it on their skin. I literally tape it to their clothes. And that gives me a good barometer to think, well, what else is going on inside of them? And the majority of them right away will look at me after, you know, 3-4 minutes and say, what did you just do? My pain has gone from an 8 down to a 2. So I know they're going to be the type of person that they're going to see results really quick. Now, if somebody else says, I don't know, it still hurts. Well, I know, okay, we're up against some more stuff and I have to go deeper. And so I'll still patch them. And I might tell them to start to take another patch. I don't, because of the way I've been trained in Chinese medicine, we don't bombard the body with a lot of things, because your body's like a beautiful orchestra, you know, a beautiful song. And if you start giving too many horns or too much trumpet, the song doesn't sound as nice. It doesn't sound as pretty. So we go for what is the top of the line, and that's the X39. Let's see what happens with you there. Everybody's got to drink a lot of water, you know, you got to hydrate. You have to hydrate. And it's a very good opportunity for me to start talking about stop eating sugar. That is like, you have to remember, we're like an alkaline battery. You know, when you go to the doctor shows you, you know, your potassium, your sodium, your chloride, those have a positive or a negative covalence. And so you are like an alkaline battery, and sugar destroys it. There's nothing going on. You know, it's really bad to build even your collagen. So it's an opportunity for me to start talking about diet, hydration, sleep, movement. These patches are a miracle.
So we've got to do our part.
Everybody's got to do their part. It's a contract. I will work with you as long as you really want to work to be healthy. And thank you that, you know, the people that have come to me really want to work, and they've seen some good results.
I hear the stories all the time. So you started to get into what really helps the patches work their best, and you said hydration. Is there anything else people need to know about how to have the patches operate at their maximum capacity?
Sure. When you get your X39 and all the patches, there's going to be a little pamphlet that's going to show you where to put the patch, you know, and the X39 we put behind our neck and 3 inches below our belly button. And wear them between 12 and 14 hours. You have to give your body a rest, just like your body needs to rest, to sleep, to recharge itself. It's the same way in medicine. That's a term called attenuation. You got to give it a break. You got to stop and take it off. And some people wear it at night instead of in day. When I wear it at night, as you can tell, I'm a little more of a type A personality. I'm a little bit higher strung. I can't wear it at night because then I won't sleep as well. For me, I've got to really recharge my battery.
Okay. Well, so hydration, give your body a break, 12 hours at 12 on, 12 off, do all the things that we need to do to, you know, be healthy, get good rest, eat well,
Right.
stay away from sugar.
And you know, something else I eventually, you know, tell everybody is we have these 2 spots that are both acupuncture points. And I think David is you know, I like him a lot because he likes my medicine. Anybody who loves my medicine, I like them. But he's a smart man. Now it's proven. I mean, when I started this, everybody in the emergency room, and, you know, my medical director didn't want me to study it, you know, just, it's a challenge being a pioneer. And even if you start to use the patch, people are going to look at you cross-eyed. Are you saying, what? Because they don't understand it's okay. And in your lay terms, try to explain it to them. And if you can't, get them on a 3-way with somebody, you know, not somebody that's going to push, but educate them, because we have this new paradigm shift. But what I was trying to get at is sometimes, like with what I've been doing some stuff, and this shoulder has been off a little bit because I injured it a long time ago. So I put the patch right where I feel the most pain. I'm touching around now. See, I don't have any pain, but let's say it was here, I would put a patch right there. So that's permissible also. Okay.
What's so wonderful is nothing's going in the body and you can't hurt yourself. The
You can't.
company's been around 17 years. Millions and millions of people have experienced these products. No one's ever been hurt because nothing's going in the body, and the body will never hurt itself.
Now, the second part of your question is, what can they expect? Sometimes people will get what we may call retracing, Herxheimer's reaction, or a detox. Because as the stem cells start to work on what's ever not supposed to be in your body, you may have inflammation. It's going to start to pull apart this stuff. And you may get this little punky feeling. You might feel a little bit yicky. You know, some people have been a little nauseous, headachy. Just drink water, break through it. Some people say, take the patch off. You know, I'm a little bit more, like I told you, leave the damn patch on and drink your water and stop complaining, because we're on a journey together to get you well.
All right. So are you ready for a few questions from our participants?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, let's start out with, and thank you so much for that, because that's really, really helpful. Mary would like to know, is wearing the glutathione patch harmful if worn every day?
No, it's not. And I'll be honest with you. When I scanned myself, my glutathione level was right in the middle. It was green. So, you know, it was either me eating the right stuff to produce my glutathione, because your body makes your own glutathione, or it was my glutathione patch. Now I don't wear my glutathione every day. So it's saving it for me a little bit. So I may use them every third day. But to start off, if you know that you're not a good eater, and that's vital, let your food be your medicine and your medicine is your food. We were designed to eat a certain way, okay? And some of you adhere to or don't adhere to Dr. D'Adamo's Eat Right for your blood type. I do. I tell my patients, do the 80-20 rule, 20% of the time cheat, but you do have to eat properly to get really good benefits also.
That's great. And when David was talking at the webinar the other day, he said, you know, give yourself a cheat day. You know, no one's perfect and you don't want to deprive yourself, but if you do the majority of the time healthy things, great. So glutathione, and best to be worn during the day, because that's when our body is, we're moving and our lymphatics are letting go of the toxins. So it's a good thing to wear during the day. So let's see, we have a question from Marie. She says, may we put patches on a person who just had a prosthetic, oh, it just moved away, who just had a prosthetic operation for his hip bone, and which patches would help for pain and which for accelerating the healing process?
Well, the answer to that is yes, you can use the patch. Number one, you can put, I don't know what their post-op day is. So post-op day 1, you're not going to be able to patch very close to the area. And that's the other thing. You don't have to be right on the area. Just patch in the vicinity of the hip, you know, above, below, in the front. It just doesn't matter. The other one that I would highly recommend also is the energy enhancer. That opens up the meridians of the body, and you want more of this energy flow, because when there's more energy, there's more blood, and blood carries oxygen, so you're going to heal quicker and better. Now, you can also use the glutathione during the day, because that's an antioxidant. We don't want you to get any infection, and drink your water, and you'll see a good shift in the healing, definitely.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, the glutathione, if you're post-op, you want to get some of those toxins out of your body from the procedure, probably, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay. Oh, this is sweet. We need more Dr. Waltz in the world.
Oh, who said that?
Judy Daniel. That's
Oh, Judy, that's sweet of you.
She also said, thank you, Dr. Walt, for offering your time to be on the Doctor Calls. You are loved and appreciated. You're amazing.
Oh, thanks. I'll be back.
Oh,
I'll be
good.
back.
Okay.
I do enjoy teaching.
That's what, well, we love having you. So Nora's asking, what patches are best for someone that has some autoimmune challenges? And what can you say to someone who's been patching for 4 months and they haven't noticed a difference yet?
Okay,
Two
well,
questions.
sure. So yeah, you can use for autoimmune. I would definitely, once again, do this, the X39, the stem cell patch. I don't know what autoimmune it is, but it's an inflammation. That person does have an inflammation in their body. I don't know how long it's been. If it's been over, 6 months, it's considered chronic by my medicine. So you would want to include the glutathione and definitely the energy enhancer. Keep it moving. Start on kidney 1 on the bottom of the feet, and then up here on lung 1 on both sides, because we're bilaterally symmetrical. That means the point that we have here, we have over here also. So the point I have here on my face, I also have here. See?
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
yes, you can use them. Drink your water, glutathione, energy enhancer, and stem cell X39 would be good.
Yeah. Well, you've made your mark with the energy enhancer.
Yeah, because
everyone knows Dr. Walt would be really happy I'm using my energy.
yeah, that opens up the meridians, and that's the big thing.
We need energy flowing for things to happen, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. So it doesn't stagnate. Definitely.
Okay, great. So, that other question about if someone's been using the patches for a while and they're not noticing anything, what do you say to them?
I would still use the stem cell one, without a doubt. Now we have this other new one, the X39. See if you can add that to see if there's any vitality going on. But the one thing about questions for me is there's a lot of factors involved. The age, the how chronic they have this. So it's a matter of timing. It really is. And are they consistent with using the stem cell all the time? Consistency is a big thing. Yeah, we didn't mention that.
I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, if you use it once in a while, no, it's not going to work. This has got to be part of your protocol for health, returning to health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, it's the hardest thing to remember is to put it on and take it off. Some people actually set the alarm on their phones and that works for them. Some people keep it by their toothbrush, as a reminder. It's not exact 12 and 12, but you're getting fairly close, and 8 and 8, 9 and 9, 7 and 7, whatever works.
Right.
So it is important. Then I'm so glad you remembered the consistency piece.
Yeah, with any kind of energy.
You always, that's a Dr. Wald too. So Glenn is asking, Dr. Wald, I have knee pain. Do you recommend energy enhancer along with X39 on the knee?
Absolutely, yes. Yes. Open it up, get some more energy flowing through there, more blood. The analogy I can tell you about the energy flow is, think of the meridians as streams. And if your stream isn't flowing, it's starting to accumulate moss, or it starts to stagnate. That's not going to bring any oxygen to your tissue. So you want it to open up. And sometimes in opening up, the pain gets a little worse because it's not used to this, more flow of energy going through. Just remember, you're an energy being, and you got to figure out how to keep your energy up and moving.
Got to keep it moving. Okay. Let's see. Sandy, I have a discomfort. If I have discomfort and inflammation on my left side, can I use Eon and Ice Wave on the left side?
You really can. And let's say you have, let's say you have knee pain. Utilize that knee area. That your knee has a left and a right, according to me. Okay, so the right side of my knee, my left knee, is the inner part of my body, and the left side is the outer part. And so these dual ones, brown goes on the left and white is on the right. You utilize it the same way. So the energy is going back and forth. And sometimes we do a clock method. You may put the brown right on where the pain is, find out where the pain is, and then put the white at 12 o'clock. No, the pain still feels the same. Go to 3 o'clock, nah, still feels the same. 6 o'clock, oh wait, that feels better. Point, that's where you put it.
Beautiful.
And then
And
put
so-
your X39 somewhere, sure.
Great. And in our LifeWave in Touch app, there's explanation and videos on the clock method, and also on lifewavetraining.com. You'll see David demo that, because it takes a little while to get used to that. Okay, so how can you speed up regenerating hip cartilage?
Oh, that's a challenging one. Okay, there's going to be, you have to remember one thing. The patches are a miraculous discovery, but they're not a panacea. For you to grow cartilage back, you're going to still want to do your X39, and you want to reduce your inflammation. So you want to do your glutathione, and you may still want to open up the energy, so you have energy to help heal it. And then on top of that, you really want to hydrate, be consistent, and eat well. Let your medicine be your food.
I love it. I love it. Okay, we got a bunch more, so we're going to speed it up a little bit, because I know we're running out of time and we don't ever want you to stop. So Tom's asking, is energy enhancer good for men with low testosterone levels?
Energy enhancer? That wouldn't be my choice. I still think you should open everything up, but I would start using your stem cells.
Great.
And if you're a male that's hairy, you're not going to be able to put it 3 inches below your belly button, because it hurts like hell when you rip that off. But you might have to shave a little bit to put the patch on there. But yeah,
I hear many men say, "Oh my God, that hurts!" So they
Yeah.
shave. They shave a few spots. And that
So
makes,
low testosterone, remember, that can come from a pituitary. Not that you have anything wrong with that, but I mean, there's a lot of different factors with that. There's a little bit other things that we would have to address.
okay.
I would start with talking about what we have here, energy enhancer, and also the X39.
Great. And so you keep saying it, and I'm just going to put an exclamation point. X39 is so comprehensive.
Oh,
And we recommend people use it 60 to 90 days before even using any of the other patches, because everything else will work better. And it may be the only patch people need. So, it does so much, so much. Dr. Tammy is asking if you can share the name of the device that you're talking about.
oh my gosh, it's a quantum.
And you know what, Dr. Tammy, I can get that to you after.
Yeah,
after tonight.
yeah.
We'll get that to you. Okay.
Quantum magnetic resonance machine.
Quantum magnetic resonance. Okay, great. Nikki's asking, what's the best patch for itchy, painful rash and blisters inside the rash? Not just to clear up, but for pain. So there's pain and itching with a rash and blisters.
So no matter where it is, you could see if the ice wave will work bilateral to it, but also the glutathione, and you have an inflammatory process there. So X39, but then again, remember we have Eon that will help with CRP. It helps with homocysteine, a couple of other things to reduce inflammation. But that's a little bit more intense if it's blistering out. That's a bad inflammation that we have to. It's kind of like a fire inside your body. So the other thing for me, I would say to you, is start eating very cooling foods like cucumber, watermelon, pear. The fruit pear. Stay away from hot foods.
Okay.
Ginger, cinnamon.
Great. Okay. There's several people that have put in disease states, so I'm going to skip over those, and I just want everyone to remember we only talk symptoms here. So an anonymous person is saying X39 disturbs my sleep when I use it in the morning. How could I use X39 so it won't disturb my sleep? Silent nights doesn't help.
So when she says that it disturbs her sleep in the morning, so she's putting it on at night?
So she goes, when I use it in the morning.
But okay, when you use it in the morning, you shouldn't be sleeping during the day.
I'm not clear about that one. You might
Yeah,
want
I'm
to
not either.
why don't you clarify that one? And Michelle is saying, I know some people pancake the patches one on top of the other, but
Yeah.
I've never heard David Schmidt suggest this. What are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are it cannot hurt because it's all done with frequency and infrared. We do pancake them when we're doing the brain protocol. We put two on top of each other and then we get benefits for it. But like Robin and I said, you can try things because you cannot hurt yourself with this. That's wonderful for a physician because I don't have to worry about giving somebody a formula and they call me up and say, oh, I have diarrhea now and I don't feel this. I don't, you know, at worst, you're going to have a detox, but we'll get over that. But you can't hurt yourself. So try it. Pancaking may work for you. Remember, it's an individual thing. But this person with the inflammation and the blisters, that person kind of concerns me.
Yeah, and as a physician, I know you need more information to really be able to help some people. So if
Isn't it
people,
a shame that we live in a society where we can't talk freely?
I know we're not going to go there, but we're
No.
going to deal with it. So
That could be a whole show.
If someone wants to set up a consult with you, what number or email should they reach out to you on?
Just my regular, I only have one phone number, 575-770-9953.
Okay, I put it in the chat.
Okay.
So people can call Dr. Walt if you want to have a consult, because a lot of times there's more complications here. Let's see. I saw something. Okay, you kind of tuned into this one. Can the patches either give you diarrhea or become constipated?
Yes, they can. Just gonna have to break through that. Drink your water. Listen, I have a lady in New Mexico. This lady is very, very sick. She's been sick for years. Finally, we found out what it was, and it was not good. But I'll tell you something. The first day that she put the patch on her CV4, her belly button area, she would have bowel movements maybe every 6 to 8 days. She has had nothing but gigantic bowel movements. And just simply that has made her feel better. She got rid of all the toxins. Yeah.
That's huge. That's huge. Okay, so the person about disturbing sleep, they put the X39 in the morning, but it disturbs the sleep at night, 12 hours later. Do you think that's the X39?
I really don't think that's the X39 at all. I mean, she may be having issues of insomnia from something else. Silent night doesn't work. So that shows me that we've got to go deeper with this person. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hate to
tell her to open up her body with the energy enhancer.
Okay.
On kidney one. Yeah.
Great. And someone's asking about the brain protocols. Gina, you can go to nittygritty101.com and under the patch section, you'll find the brain protocol. It synchronizes brain frequencies. And so it's been great. Well, I hate to do this, but we're out of time. So Dr. Walt, I adore you. I respect you. I love you.
You're the same for you too.
You're just a gift to our community. Yeah.
We'll talk. I still want to talk to you and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. Well, we have
everybody.
Yeah. So
just wear your patch.
Yeah, wear your patches. And you have a whole fan club here and people are putting notes in the chat. You know, we love and appreciate you so much. Thank you, Dr. Walt. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch. You got a fan club here. So and I'm one of them for sure. And I do know that several people I have referred to you are just thrilled, not just with your wisdom and your skill and your knowledge about the technology, but because you care so much.
Well, you know, Robin, I give my Chinese teachers, the credit, a lot of the credit. I mean, I studied it and, I had to get ridiculed about it, but look where we're at today. It's all about energy. And I've been saying this since 1992. In 90, when I went there and my eyes were opened, I was like, oh my God, I wasn't crazy. You know, don't ever let anybody tell you you're crazy. There's a whole amazing, you know, world out there, and you're in one of the worlds. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's wonderful. Well, I'm so grateful to you for who
Grateful.
you are and who you be and all that you've contributed to our community, Dr. Walton. You know, people are just thank you, thank you, thank you. They've got hearts and love and all kinds of stuff. You might want to look in the chat.
Okay.
Because you got a fan club out there. And thank you all for joining us and taking the time this evening to be with us. And if you are a guest on the line, please get back to the person who invited you. We just invite you to get started. There is no risk. There is a money back guarantee with this product. You have nothing to lose. And as Gregory says, but your health to gain. It may take some time. Be patient. You didn't get where you are overnight. It may not change overnight. Some people have quick results. Some people, it takes time. But just if you use it, you will notice over time. So thank you so much for being with us this evening. And I'm going to say good night.
Good night. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.